Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome all my viewers and students for this webinar series, which is successfully hosting by Tadvidya Sambhasha Parishad 2018. Myself, Dr. Ratna, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Prasuti and Stri Roga at Hillside Ayurveda Medical College, Bangalore. So from last few classes, we had discussed about Yoni Vyapat Prakarana. So in that, we are discussed about Samanya Nidana of Yoni Vyapat, Sankhya, Bedha, and we have also discussed some of individual Yoni Vyapats like Vataja, Udavartini, and so on. Under this, we had discussed Lakshana and the Chikitsa of Yoni Vyapat and also some of few modern correlations regarding those conditions. Today, in this session, I would like to speak about another important topic in Stri Roga, that is Sthanika Chikitsa. So what is Sthanika Chikitsa? Sthanika Chikitsa refer to local treatment. So here the localized area refers to vagina. That means administration of drugs through vagina is called local treatment or Sthanika Chikitsa. In class 6, for this management of various gynecological disorders, the local treatment, that is administration of drug through the vaginal route, has been mentioned. Okay. So as I was telling, Sthanika Chikitsa means localized treatment, means administration of drugs through the vaginal route. So if we see in our class 6, mainly there are two types of therapies have been mentioned. One is Shodhana Karma and another one is Shamana Karma. Shodhana Karma usually indicated in Bahudosha Avastha, and in according to Roga Rogi Bala we will advise. And Shamana therapy, which usually advised in Alpadosha Avastha and in Bala and Vruddha patients. So other than this, there is one more. There are certain upakramas have been explained in Ayurveda like Sthanika Abhyanga, Katibasti, Janubasti, and in Kriyakalpas regarding Netra Rogas, that is Tarpana, Putapaka, and Karna Purana. All those have been explained in Ayurveda. So similarly, the therapy which have been mentioned under several gynecological disorders, so that is Sthanika Chikitsa or localized treatment. There is one reference from Ashtanga Sangraha Uttaratantra. सर्वतः सविशुद्धायाः शेषं कर्मं विधीयते बस्ति अभ्यंग परिषेक प्रलेप पिचुधारणम. That means Sarvatah Savishuddhayah means after undergoing Shodhana Karma, the woman who is suffering from any kind of Yoni Vyapat should be subjected to localized treatment, that is Sthanika Chikitsa. So those are Basti. So here Basti means not Anuvasana or Niruha Basti. Here Basti refers to Uttara Basti, which is specially administrated from Yoni Marga. And Abhyanga, that is Yoni Abhyanga, Yoni Parisheka or Prakshalana, and Yoni Pralepa and Yoni Pichu, and also Yoni Dharana. That means Yoni Kalka Dharana or either Churna or Veshavara Pinda Dharana. So this is the reference regarding Sthanika Chikitsa in Ashtanga Sangraha Uttara Tantra. So as I said, it is a localized treatment for vaginal route Vaginal route can be used as for both for local as well as, that means it will goes with as well as local and systemic effect. Local effect means in the condition of vaginal inflammation and the cases of erosion, cervical erosion, and in any cases like infection, it will act locally. And also it will gives a systemic effect in the cases of oligomenorrhea, infertility. So whenever we'll do the Uttarbasti and other kind of Sthanika Chikitsa, it will give systemic effect also. Because the vagina has got large surface area and it has got high vascularity, and also it is very permeability to the compounds. So these are the list of Sthanika Chikitsa. First one is Yoni Dhavana, Yoni Pichu, Yoni Varti, Yoni Dhupana, Yoni Dharana, Yoni Svedana, and Uttarabasti. So in detail, I'm going to explain individual Sthanika Chikitsa in detail. So first one is Yoni Dhavana. So before that, how vagina absorbs these kind of drugs means, as we all know, vagina is a fibromuscular sheath which can communicate the uterine cavity into exterior at the vulva. And this vagina is made up of three layers. One is mucosal layers, muscular layer, and serosal layer. And this, the inner lining of the vagina made up of stratified epithelial cells which can absorb water, electrolytes, and substances of low molecular weight. So this kind of drug absorption through the vagina is taken place via two routes. One is transcellular and another one is paracellular. So usually this vaginal mucosal layer which absorbs the lipophilic drugs and hydrophilic drugs. So lipophilic drugs means affinity of drugs for a lipid environment. So in any kind of Yoni Pichu or Yoni Dhavana, we will usually prefer Gruta and Taila preparations, and also sometimes medicated decoctions should be used in luteal phase for better action. So moving to the first procedure, that is Yoni Dhavana. So Dhavana refers to cleaning or purification. So cleaning of the vaginal area or purification of vaginal area said to be Yoni Dhavana. And the synonyms are Yoni Sekha, Yoni Prakchalana, or Yoni Parishechana, and Yoni Achamana. All these are the synonyms for Yoni Dhavana. So what is exactly Yoni Dhavana means? It is a procedure in which the vagina, the vaginal passage, and mouth of the uterus is washed with water or any kind of medicated decoction, that is any kind of kvata which is prepared from the Ayurvedic herbs. And duration to perform this procedure is 7 days. So that is for maximum of 7 days we can perform this procedure, and it is all based on the rogi and also the condition of the diseases. So we can perform either for 3 days or 5 days or maximum of 7 days we can does the Yoni Dhavana procedure. And the proper timing for to do this procedure is Rutukala, that means after 6th day of menstrual cycle. That is exactly during a Rutukala or proliferative phase, because our Acharya explains Ruto Vyatite Naryastu Yoni Samvriyate Yata. That means after Rutukala, that is during the Rutu Vyatita Kala Avastha, Yoni Samvarana will takes place. That means the Yoni will not able to absorb any kind of medications in Rutu Vyatita Kala periods. So the best period to do any kind of Sthanika Chikitsa is during Rutu Kala. That means after stoppage of menstruation. And next, the indication of Yoni Dhavana, or it is usually, there are so many references for this. Acharya Vagbhata in Ashtangarodaya, he explains Vatagna Dashamula Siddhi Kshirena. That means in any kind of Vataja Yoni Vyapad, we can do Yoni Prakshalana with Dashamula Siddha Kshira. And in the cases of Yoni Dhaurgandhya and Yoni Paichilyata, so Yoni Dhaurgandhyata usually seen in Kafaja Yoni Vyapad, Shleshmala Yoni Vyapad, Upaplata Yoni Vyapad, and also we can see Yoni Dhaurgandhya in the condition of CA cervix. So in this condition, we can give Yoni Prakshalana with Sarvagandha Dravyas. And in the cases of Yoni Paichilyata and Yoni Kledatva, we can give Prakshalana with Aragvadadi Kashaya, as it is best Kafagna in nature, and because of Ushna Katurasa and Kafagna properties, we can choose Aragvadadi Kashaya in the cases of Yoni Paichilyata, Yoni Srava and Yoni Kledatva. And in Yoni Sheetalata, the drugs which can pacify the Vata, that is Vata Haridravyas. And in the cases of Yoni Kandu, we shall use Trifalak Vata because it is best Tridoshagna, and also it is a very good anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties are there. And in the cases of Yoni Srava, Dhavana with Kvata prepared out of Arka, Nimbatvak, Jambu, etc. dravyas can be used. And in the cases of Vataja Artavadushti, we can use or we can perform Dhavana with Mudgaparni Kvata. And we can use decoction prepared out of Gairika and Arishta in the cases of Pittaja Artavadushti, and Dhavana with Meshamutra in the cases of Kafaja Artava Dushti. So these are few indications which have been explained in Yoni Prakshalana. So this Yoni Prakshalana can be taken as, so in today's practice we can correlate with vaginal douching. Douching means, the word meaning of douching means shower or cleaning. So here vaginal douching means it is a procedure where salt water or medicated solutions like tincture iodine, lactic acid or soda bicarbonate are used to wash away any secretions, bloody discharges or any kind of discharges in the vagina. So usually it is indicated in chronic vaginitis, carcinoma of the cervix, sloughing uterine prolapse, decubitus ulcer. Usually decubitus ulcer we will see in the cases of third degree uterine prolapse or precedentia, and it is also used as a after intercourse as a contraceptive measure. And we should not do Yoni Prakshalana or vaginal douching. So these are the list for contraindication of this Sthanika Chikitsa. We should not during in any acute genital sepsis or in the case of pregnancy and during menstruation. This yoni prakshalana or any kind of Sthanika chikitsa is contraindicated. So looking to benefits or mode of action of this yoni prakshalana. So usually it will provide strength to the vaginal muscles, and also it will help in avoiding any kind of fungal and yeast infection like candida, trichomoniasis, etc. And it will also reduce this inflammations and helps in overcoming infertility. So instruments which are used for this vaginal douching are enema pot, sterile catheter, cotton and hand gloves. So these are the required instruments for doing vaginal douching. So in olden days, the instruments like bladder of any dead animals or nozzle which is made up of bamboo or metal were used. But today, in today's practice, we will use enema pot and sterile catheter, cotton and hand gloves. And procedure, how to perform this yoni dhavana. So patient should be asked to evacuate the bladder. That means you should ask the patient to pass urine before starting with the procedure, and she should be made lie down on a dorsal position with flexed knees, or in sometimes lithotomy position is also required. An enema pot which is filled with lukewarm kashaya to which catheter is connected to be used, and about 2 inches of rubber catheter should be inserted inside the vagina, and the douche which is filled with the decoction is placed 2 feet above the patient buttocks because to the easier flowing of the kashaya dravyas. And this procedure should be done for about 5 minutes, and after that we should withdraw the catheter from the vaginal region, and which may be retained inside the vagina should be the fluid. So after removing the catheter, some droplets of kashaya dravyas should be remained or retained inside the vagina. So this should be cleaned with a dry cotton. And one more thing we should note, frequent douching or frequent doing this yoni prakshalana procedure can lead to clinical vaginitis, or it can spread infection to the pelvic organs. So we should avoid repeatedly to do this procedure. Whenever it is necessary, we can do this. And next procedure is yoni pichu. The pichu means here karpasatula, that is cotton swab. So yoni pichu means application of sterile swabs which is soaked in medicated thaila, gruta or kashaya. So yoni pichu means application of sterile swabs which is soaked in medicated thaila, gruta or kashaya. So the usually practiced or routinely practiced yoni pichu is thaila pichu, because thaila, while explaining Sneha Vidhi Adhyaya or types of Sneha, Charaka has explained thaila is Vatagna and it is Balavardhana, and it is also does the yoni vishodhana. So that means it can purifies the yoni region. So for that purpose we usually prefer thaila pichu. So in modern This yoni pichu can be compared to tamponites or vaginal packing. Here the vagina is packed with gauze strips, or sometimes it is packed with cotton or any absorbent material. Next, indication of this yoni pichu. This yoni pichu procedure usually indicated in all types of yoni rogas with the drug with the help of Mushakakwata Samsiddha Taila Pichu. And in the cases of Vataja Yoni Vyapat, we will perform or we will use the drugs like Taila prepared out of Guduchi, Malati, Rasna and Bala, or simply Tila Taila Pichu can also be done. And in the cases of Pittaja Yoni Vyapat, Gruta Pichu is preferred. And in the cases of Vamini and Upapluta Yoni Vyapat, that means where the more irritation and itching is present in these cases. So in those cases, the Taila prepared out of Shallaki, Jambutvak or Panchavalkala Siddha Taila can also be preferred. And in the cases of Yoni Karkashata, so Yoni Karkashata usually seen in Vataja Yoni Vyapat. So in those cases, we can use Dhatakyadi Taila Pichu. And Chandanokta Pichu can be advised in Yoni Paka, that means in inflammatory condition of the vagina. And very importantly, in Prasramsini Yoni Vyapat, we can perform Yoni Pichu with the help of Falagruta or either Changiryadi Gruta. So we have Changiryadi Gruta references in Guda Brahmsha Chikitsa Adhyaya. In any kind of Guda Brahmsha, we will usually use Changiryadi Gruta for orally and also for external purpose. And in the cases of Yoni Srava and Yoni Paichilyata, Udumbara Taila is preferred. And not only in Sri Roga, Yoni Pichu is also advised during 9th month of the pregnancy, that is in Navama Masa. So here, Madhura Rasa Varga Dravya Siddha Taila Pichu, that means Taila which is prepared out of Madhura Rasa Dravyas, we can use or we can perform this Taila Pichu Dharana. So here it does the Snehana and also it does the Garbhasthana Marga Shodhana. And in the cases of retained placenta, that is in Aparasanga, Pichu soaked in oil made up of Shatapushpa, Kushta and Madanaphala can be used. And it is also done as a post-operative treatment in the cases of Mudagarbha with the help of Bala Taila and Kusumba Nirmita Taila, etc. And this vaginal packing, as I said, it is compared with vaginal packing or tamponades. It is usually indicated in vaginal discharge because here to stop the oozing at the end of operation, we will use this kind of vaginal packing. And to arrest the secondary post-operative hemorrhage from the vaginal wall or cervix, we will use this vaginal packing. And also to control the which is complicated, which is created or which is spread by decubitus ulcer. So these are some indications of vaginal packing or vaginal tamponades. So mode of administration or method of administration, how to perform this Yoni Pichu procedure means, so patient should be asked to evacuate the bladder and she should be lie in dorsal position with flexed knees. And here, as you can see this in this slide, we will the required instruments are cotton swabs and the gauze, which is will use in the form of potali, and required taila or gruta or any other kashaya we can choose according to the condition of the patient. So all these pichu should be autoclaved, and then the required oil or any gruta is heated indirectly. That means by double bath method we should heat the oil first, and then the sterile pichu is soaked in heated oil with gloved hands. And next the pichu is held between the thumb, middle finger and index finger, and we should gently push it into the vaginal canal, and in such a way that a thread of pichu should be remain outside the vagina. So that means we have to hold the pichu in with the help of thumb, middle finger and index finger, and we have to insert that potali which is soaked in the thyla or gruta, and we should push it into the vaginal canal in such a way the thread of the pichu, that means the whatever the extra material, the extra gauze which is present, it should be present outside the vagina, because which it is going to help in easy removal after 5 to 6 hours. So we can keep this yoni pichu around 5 to 6 hours. So, and as I said, the timing for this yoni pichu is also during Rutukala, that means after stoppage of menstruation. And next, mode of action. The action, it's usually depends on drugs which is used in the preparation of thyla or gruta, and as whatever the medicines we are using in this procedure, it will remain at the site for longer period, and it will results in better action. And as thyla we are going to use, it always does the yoni vishodhana, and as by it diminishes the chances of infection in the genital tract, and it is also acts as vrana ropaka, and it softens the vaginal passage. That means whatever we are administering yoni pichu during Navama Masa with the help of Madhuradi Siddha Taila, so it softens the vaginal passage and thus helps in Sukha Prasava. That means it will helpful in for conducting normal vaginal delivery, and it is also helps to destroy the pathogens, the any kind of bacteria which is present in the vaginal region, and it prevents the puerperal sepsis, that is सूती का टाइम पे कुछ भी सेप्सिस होने से बचाता है. The next condition is yoni dhupana. Here the dhupa refers to aromatic vapors or any kind of smoke. So yoni dhupana means fumigation of vagina with medicated smoke or aromatic vapors. And it is indication of yoni dhupana, or it is indicated in yoni kandu with the help of fumigation which is prepared out of haridran bruhati, and in the case of shweta pradara with sarala gugulu yava which is mixed with gruta, and in the cases of garbha sanga with krishna sarpa nirmoka, and in the case of aparasanga, garbha sanga means in obstructed labor or in during the time of prolonged labor, we can use krishna sarpa nirmuka dhupana. And in the cases of aparasanga, that is during retained placenta, we can use dhupa of burjapatra, kakamachi and sarshapa. So all these dravyas like Bhurjapatra, Kakamachi, Sarshapa, which increases the uterine contraction and thus helps in evacuation of the apara, that is placenta. And fumigation with Kushta, Gugulu, Agaru and Gruta in the cases of Sutika Paricharya. Next is method of administration. So how to perform this Yoni Dhupana Karma. A chair, we have to take a chair having a hole at the bottom for this procedure, and patient is asked to sit on the chair after emptying her bladder. So first we have to ask the patient to empty her bladder and then made to sit on the chair, and coal is kept below. A coal, that means or any kind of yantra kept below the chair, and the smoke coming from these drug must reach up to the expected genitalia. Otherwise, in some cases, nadi dhupana can also be done for expected region. So here usually we will use agaru, guggulu, haridra, sarshapa, etc. dravyas, because it does the, so the mode of action of this yoni dhupanas are, it acts as stroto shodhaka, and it is kafagna, kledagna, sravastambhaka, and also acts as antiseptic and antimicrobial activity. So in next session we will discuss about yoni varti and other Sthanika Chikitsa. So in today's session we had discussed about the general introduction of Sthanika Chikitsa, and we had discussed 3 of the procedures, that is Yoni Dhavana or Yoni Prakshalana, Yoni Pichu and Yoni Dhupana.